friends! Hello, hi, how are you? I'm doing... You're crooked, I think. Hold on. Are you okay? Are you guys crooked or are you okay? Let me know in the comments down below. Hi! How are you guys? I'm doing so good. I just filmed a tutorial Tuesday doing this eyeshadow look. So if you guys like this and are interested in this, it will be going live tomorrow for Tuesday. I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette, which I have been loving. So you guys can go and check out how this mess got created. But yeah, today we are doing something I think is going to be very fun and fresh and fun. We are going to be doing indie brands that I really would like to try. So I have pretty much covered the Too Faced, the Anastasia, the NARS, the Tarte. Like I have all of the... Most of my makeup collection is from more mainstream brands. I don't have a ton of indie brand stuff. It's not because I don't want to have it. It's just because I don't know about it because it's indie. So I kind of decided that I wanted to do a video, and also this is going to kind of be like a reminder to start featuring more indie stuff on my channel. I really love indie makeup, the stuff I've tried. Juvia's Place technically isn't really considered indie anymore because I think it's sold at Ulta now, and it's pretty big, I would say. Like Juvia's Place really blew up. But when I first started using Juvia's Place, nobody really knew about it, and I loved it so much, and I loved being able to talk about it and promote it. And I feel like there are a lot of small brands right now that deserve some love, deserve some recognition. So I want to tell you guys some of the indie brands that I've seen on, they're mostly Instagram brands. Like they're brands I've seen on Insta, and I just want to tell you guys what I want to try from them, what I like from them, what I'm seeing that I think would be amazing from them. Basically, Spooky Lips and Fat Hips page, like her Instagram page, it's all of those things. So that's it. Okay, the number one brand that's top on my list, the first brand I would like to try is Blush Tribe. I think Blush Tribe's palettes, they have the Hasina 2, they have the Fall Fusion palette. They have these amazingly unique, beautiful palettes. I want to try them so badly. The girl I just mentioned, Lacey of Spooky Lips and Fat Hips, actually has a 10% off code with them. I think it's spooky. I'll leave it down below so you guys can use her code because I think I don't know if she makes money from it, but I do think it's something special for her. So you guys should use it if you want to because it gets you 10% off. I'm going to use it soon because I want to make an order of Blush Tribe. I've just kind of been waiting. I don't really know what's holding me back on this one because especially their Fall Fusion palette they just dropped is beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's stunning. All of the shades just look so stunning, and the pigmentation, I've seen them swatched and used, and they just look absolutely beautiful. I want to try this so bad. I don't know why I haven't. I have no reason. It's always just been oh, I want to buy something else when I have the money to buy a palette like this. I want to try this palette so bad, and so bad, and I'm very excited to finally get my hands on something from Blush Tribe because I'm just obsessed with them. I think they're amazing. I follow them on Instagram. The creator of Blush Tribe is actually it's one woman doing it all by herself. She just runs this whole company by herself, and it's getting bigger and bigger, and it's so amazing to see her. And she's so nice. She fills all of the orders, everything. It's amazing. I'm really love her passion and drive for makeup, and the palettes and everything she's putting out is beautiful. So I really want to try stuff from Blush Tribe. Okay, the next indie brand I would like to try is Strobe Cosmetics. Strobe Cosmetics has a lot of cool... You probably saw the Creepy Cute palette. I feel like that was the biggest one they put out, and they just put out a new one called the Divinity palette. I'm a little bit more drawn to the Creepy Cute palette because it has a lot of colors that I wouldn't normally think to buy in a palette, and I've heard from my friend Georgia Harris that these palettes are really good. All of the palettes from them are amazing. The Divinity one is beautiful too. I think Strobe Cosmetics is cool because their color stories are unique. They're interesting. You know how in my anti-hauls I'm always complaining because I feel like it's missed opportunities. Nothing is unique. Nothing is what... Strobe Cosmetics palettes are unique. They're beautiful. They are something different. They're not something you see in Sephora every single day. It's not just a warm neutral with a pop of blue. It's something different, and that's why I really like their brand. I think their concepts are also really cool. The packaging is really cool. I'm just a fan overall. And some of these looks I've seen created, yeah, that Creepy Cute palette is just so adorable. Oh my god, they have pigments? What? Okay. Going on Instagram is dangerous for me when I look at makeup because I want to buy everything. They have pigments, apparently, that are beautiful. Yeah, I really would like to try Strobe. I think that's a really cool brand that maybe you guys can check out, too. Okay, the next brand I would love to try is Certify. I think that's how you pronounce their name. It's like Certify. I really personally am in love with their Tropical Wonders palette. This just looks amazing. They have so many beautiful colors in here, and I've seen a few people use this, and the pigmentation is stunning. The other one I really liked, I think is probably the one I would get over all of them, is their Dynasty palette. It is just really, it's a rainbow palette. Like, it's definitely something a little bit less unique than what we saw from like Blush Tribe and Strobe Cosmetics. Their palettes are not as like crazy unique. What I'm more shook by is the amount of pigmentation they put into their palettes. Like, I just think that's amazing. The fact that they have a colorful palette that's this pigmented and this astounding is really, really amazing to me. And that's where I think indie brands kind of thrive sometimes, is because the quality of an indie brand eyeshadow palette is sometimes significantly better for whatever reason. I don't know why. And sometimes it's worse. Like, sometimes you have some brands that are like not grateful. Like, the pigmentation on this palette just looks amazing. And I look at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want that. Oh, and then they have the Destiny palette. That one's beautiful too. The Destiny is really, really, really pretty. I don't know if Melt Cosmetics counts because they are really talked about, but I would love to try something from Melt Cosmetics. They're not like in brick and mortar stores, so that's why I kind of feel like they do count. I would love to try something from Melt Cosmetics. I'm not actually interested in the Gemini palette. I know people were like raving about the Gemini palette. I don't look good in green eyeshadow. I just don't. And this is a green shadowed palette, and I feel like while I could probably make it work to look cute on me, like, I just don't want to have to force it. I don't look amazing in green eyeshadow. I don't want to have to do that. But what I am interested is in their Melt Cosmetic, like the Melt stacks. I think those look amazingly cool. First of all, just the design of that is super amazing. Like, that's super concise and compact way to store eyeshadows and single eyeshadows, which I think is amazing. And also the fact that you can like custom create your own stack. The one I was particularly interested in was the Rust stack. It had like the reds and stuff, but it's only because I heard that the red one, like the red single, is like one of the best reds of all time. So I was really interested in that one. I think they're just cool. Like, it's a cool brand. They have a cool idea going here. The Gemini palette is beautiful. I just know I wouldn't use it enough, so it wouldn't really be worth the money. But like that Rust stack, I would definitely use, and I think I'd love it. So the next brand is Cleo Cosmetics. That's it. Cleo Cosmetics. Specifically, I really would like to try their Paleo or Archeo palettes. First of all, these palettes, the exterior of the palette is so incredibly unique and creative. I just think these palettes are really, really pretty. I think they're stunning. I think especially in there's two purple shades. I love purple, but there's two purple shades in both of the palettes that I think look really cool. And again, the color theme is just so on point with these brands. Like, I know I'm talking about mostly eyeshadow palettes, but I do also feel like a lot of indie brands do eyeshadow palettes really well. Those are the ones I always hear about being like amazing, is the eyeshadow palettes from indie brands. You don't really hear about foundations and stuff like that too much, but I definitely would like to try these two eyeshadows. I think the packaging is beautiful. I think the colors inside are really cool. The fact that they have one that's a little bit brighter and one that's a little bit earthier. Like, I love the contrast of that. I think both palettes together, and I rarely say this because I don't like using two palettes at once, but like, I think both palettes would complement each other really, really beautifully. I just think these are stunning. Like, I think these are beautiful palettes. I'm 100% on board with this brand, and this is definitely one I'll be checking out. So the next brand I really want to try is the September Rose Cosmetics brand. They actually came out with the Slush palette. I believe I talked about this in a like will I buy it video. The Slush palette, this is another one where it's like, yes, it's a rainbow palette, but like, it's beautiful. It's so pretty. It's so beautiful. And I actually saw, I believe it was Nisa. I saw Nisi Pisa. She was talking about this palette, and she said specifically the shade Banana, which is the yellow shade, was like her favorite shade of all time, and she like loved it so much, and it was the best shade ever. And then I was like, wow, I want that palette now, so I want to buy it. I think it's really pretty, beautiful, and the outer packaging is so nice. I think the cool thing, and why I wanted to make this video, I'm getting a little bit tired of some more mainstream brands because it just kind of feels like lately they're phoning it in, especially with these holiday releases this year. Most brands, and I did a whole anti-haul on this, but most brands that I saw that came out with stuff, it just felt not good. It didn't feel good. It felt boring. It didn't seem like there was any excitement or passion behind the brand. It didn't feel like there was much thought put into it. It kind of felt like, what can we put out that we know will sell? Like Urban Decay, and I have the Naked Cherry palette now. by happenstance I got it, so I'm going to be putting up something about that. Urban Decay knows that people collect their naked palettes, so they keep putting out naked palettes so people will keep buying them because they know that's kind of like a guaranteed sale. It has a built-in audience, you know what I mean? And like Too Faced with the little tin pan palettes, like the gingerbread one, like they know people are going to buy those palettes because they know people like those, like to collect them, have a bunch of them, like, you know what I'm saying? So they have that built-in audience for it. Tarte comes out with whatever and like people think it's cute packaging, so they buy it. And it just kind of feels like they're phoning it in at this point. It doesn't feel as authentic. And I think the reason I like indie brands and I'm drawn to some of these indie brands is because you can feel the passion a little bit more. Like you can see the passion in what they do. You can see that they're working really, really hard to build something out of nothing. They're putting that passion in. And it's just something I think is really beautiful and something that we should all be supporting. I just think it's something to think about, maybe instead of, and I'm trying to work on it because I do feel like I see a problem with the way that mainstream brands, I see a problem with what they're doing, but I still buy their stuff. And so it's like, okay, maybe instead of next time I have $45 to spend on an eyeshadow palette, maybe I'll put it towards Blush Tribe instead of putting it towards Too Faced. You know what I'm saying? Like, give money where you think people actually earned it and deserve it, because the quality of these palettes is not up for debate. Like, the quality of all the palettes I just mentioned, based on reviews I've seen, has been top-notch quality. Like, it's not like the quality is bad and you're lowering your quality for that. The quality seems amazing. It seems like they have better concepts than some of these mainstream brands, and it's like, why aren't we supporting them? You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense, but I just wanted to put that out there and see what you guys think. Let me know down below any indie brands you guys would like to see me try out, because I definitely would be interested in doing some, like, maybe like in a month or so when I collect some more stuff, we could do like an indie brand review and stuff like that and just kind of talk about eyeshadow palettes and whatever, because I think a lot of these eyeshadow palettes are beautiful. And I also think if you're interested in indie brand eyeshadow palettes, I already mentioned Lacey of Spooky Lips and Fat Hips, because she buys all, I don't even know where she finds these palettes. She buys all of them and reviews them, and I really appreciate her reviews because it tells me who I want to buy from. Georgia is another great one. Angelica's another great one. Makeup Struggles does some too. There's a lot of them. I'll link some people down below that I personally really like watching their reviews. Find it very helpful for their indie brand stuff, but yeah. I hope you guys liked this video. I know it was a little bit random, but I just wanted to sit down and talk about indie brands. Let me know your favorite indie brands in the comments and we can like talk about it. I love you guys so much. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, or just subscribe, or do neither. I'm honestly just so happy you're watching me. Happy Monday. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!